welcome to day 5 of week 1. You have officially made it through the first week of the Foundations of Self-Taught course here with InnerLoop Sports. I'm absolutely pumped that you've made it this far because frankly, most people, they start with so much excitement. They're all giddy, they're all hyped, they're all ready to do the work, and then they bail. Day 1, day 2, and they stick around, 1 or 2 tries, and then they're out of here. You, my friend, have done something different. So for that, I am remarkably thankful. Now, today, day 5 is going to be super brief, super short, really just an opportunity to huddle up, summarize what we've worked on this week, and then give you your final challenge to go out and work on. Now, let's take a second to really recap everything we've covered here in week 1, starting with day 1. Right off the bat, what we focused on was defining self-talk. Really spelling it out. What is self-talk? What's it sound like? How does it pop up? Really, let's get familiar with it. Day 2, we took this concept, we took this theory, and we actually looked at what's it look like in action. And we did that by examining the pros. Specifically, we looked at Jordan Spieth, we looked at Tyrrell Hatton, we looked at Rory McIlroy, and we looked at Big Cat himself, Mr. Tiger. And what we understood, what we uncovered from this examination of the pros is that each and every one of these individuals uses self-talk differently. It comes up differently. It sounds different. They have a different relationship with the conversation they have with themselves out on the course. On day 3, we took it a step further and again started to personalize this conversation a little bit more by specifically looking at what impact words have on the body. And ultimately, what we discovered is that this ripple effect doesn't really just stop with our physical side. It translates to our performance. It translates to our game. When we get negative, when we get really self-critical and start just hating on ourselves, typically our heart rate accelerates, our breathing gets a little faster, a little more shallow. This cues the body that there's a threat. Blood rushes to the arms, to the legs, cortisol comes through our brain, and now we're ready to fight. We're ready to duke it out. But realistically, we have this, 50-yard chip that we got to put in here nice, soft, and buttery. The two don't really add up. So it let us know in day 3 that our words have an impact. There's a ripple effect. And just like when they're negative, when they're positive, when they're instructional, when they're helpful, they also have an impact. And lastly, just yesterday, day 4, we took a look at the data. We actually dove into the InnerLoop app, taking a look at each piece. Things like the round summary, things like your percentage ratio, things like bounce back time. These are all the different data points and details that you can unlock and see within the InnerLoop app. So it's not just words out on the course anymore. It's numbers, it's facts, it's hard data that we can actually do something with. Now, if we're being completely real, what you've already done in the first 4 days here is more than most golfers do in their entire career, let alone an entire season. You're putting in some serious work here, so give yourself a pat on the back. Now, to pull this all together, let's close out the week with one great challenge. I want you to go out and I want you to record a full 18-hole round using the analyzer. Go out there and really talk. Talk yourself through the situations. Talk yourself through your reactions. Read the greens out loud. Select your targets out loud. Let's just get a lot of stuff into the mix. And then analyze. And as you analyze and once you look at your dashboard, I want you to really think about the different things we've talked about today. What's those ratios look like? What ratio might be best for you as you think about it and reflect on the round? Let's start to think about that chain reaction between these words you're saying, these data points you're seeing, and what impact they have on the physical and technical side of your game. Don't try to be overly positive out there. Don't try to be all rah and, super hyped. Just go play your game and talk yourself through it. Be verbal. Vocalize, just do your thing. If this means you need to talk quietly under your breath and just kind of mutter these things, if this means you've got to keep a little extra distance between your playing partners so they don't see you, fine. Who cares? We're just trying to get Now, lastly, before we part ways and I get out of here for today, a few quick reminders to make sure you get the best recording possible. First, make sure you're paired up to your mic before you get to the first tee box. No need to rush. No need to get all frazzled because we don't have our tools ready. Secondly, make sure your mic is actually recording when you go out there. I've done it before where I don't notice until the third or fourth hole that crap, I didn't actually hit record. Third, remember, the phone can stay in the bag. There's no need to get back to it to check back on it. Your mic has up to a 300-yard range, meaning it's going to capture everything it needs to. Unless you're 4 holes over, which hopefully you're not, all the data that we need is going to be there. You just play, you talk, vocalize your way through it, and good stuff is going to happen. Now, as we sign off for day 5 and week 1, I again just want to tell you how pumped I am that you've made it this far. Most folks fall off. Most folks are excited for a day or two, and then it's old news and something else flashy has caught their eye. You're here, still putting in the work, which I am so appreciative of. So with that said, have a brilliant weekend. Go out there, get a great recording in, analyze that data, learn a little bit more about yourself, and then let's reconvene on Monday to dive back in and keep building, baby. Your mental game is that much closer to being an absolute weapon out there. Let's not stop now. See you then.